Hey everyone, welcome back for another episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep. I could see our levels, they're going up and down. Great sign, as always. Just gonna quickly go around the table for episode 8 and introduce ourselves. So I am Lucas, I will be the GM. My pronouns are he, him, and we'll move on to Ian.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Ian. My pronouns are he, they, and I'm going to be playing Weary, the tiefling artificer, they, them pronouns, and nervous all the time.
Meg.
Hey there, I am Meg. I am playing our socially anxious and somehow capable of fighting godling druid. Their pronouns are they, them. Mine are she, they.
Jess.
Hi there, I'm Jess. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Glyph, the automaton rogue, and their pronouns are they, them.
Eve.
Hi, I'm Eve, and I am playing TK37, the Enhanced Goblin, and both our pronouns are she, her.
Jason.
Hey, I'm Jason, and I'm playing Kratok, the Simply Superb Plumerian Bard. We are both he, him.
All right, so as everyone knows, today has been quite a day. I just thought it'd probably be a good idea to at least speak a little on it. So the George Floyd trial, wow, I can't speak words. The George Floyd trial has passed, and thankfully the verdicts have been 3 guilty charges, as they should have been, because murder. And this is a thing that, you know, it's been a very stressful trial. You want to celebrate, even though there's still a lot of work to be done. There's a lot that needs to be fixed. Take the time to celebrate, because a win is a win regardless. Unfortunately, it won't bring someone back. It won't stop what's already happened, but moving forward and taking wins is important. So make sure you do that self-care, treat yourself, and of course, get that defunding going. So, moving on to Rise of Nyarlathotep. Our music has been brought to us by Sirenscape. You can hop on over to sirenscape.com. They have lots of super fancy sound effects and music. You click a button and it shall drag you into the immersion. Our maps and our combat maps that we haven't really used much, but we've been using the map quite a bit, has been brought to you by Roll20, and we are sponsored by Roll20. So, if you want to do some online tabletop gaming yourself, hop on over to Roll20, get that going, set up your games, play with people from all around the world, and then you can enjoy the infuriation of setting up schedules of people in numerous time zones. Don't just leave it to people like podcasters. You can do this too. So, last time on Rise of Nyarlathotep, our heroes had seen one hell of a ritual. Unfortunately, Teresa, who wasn't ready for ascension, was ascended and turned into a strange, thin, humanoid creature after the party had decided, nope, and they've been spotted. They decided to kill this Teresa monster, kill a few more cultists for good measure, and get the hell out of there. During a high-speed chase, almost every single wagon from that caravan that they were traveling with was destroyed by strange monsters in the night. These creatures were ripping people apart, they were blowing up wagons, and things were getting messy. After the sweet, sweet melodies of Anne Murray, sung by Bernard Busybody, they had found themselves being lured towards the lovely Church of the Shining God, the benevolent shining light that I will always have in my games. After deciding they can't stop to open up the door, TK used force powers, blew that door open. They ran in with the wagon, numerous spider horses, and one other wagon piloted by a gemstone dwarf, an orc lady with a gun, 3 sad halflings, and horse person. Hanging out with Bernard Busybody, they learned quite a bit about Cadiz, cars, Chicago, all sorts of things. They questioned Scrump, who was hiding in the back, learned a little bit about the cult, its ideologies of they just want to embrace true chaos, screw individualism. And then Glyph fell down some stairs, met a weird automata that was merged into a flesh pillar, and then the party hung out in a shared bedroom space and put something up their nose. So now we are here for you all to meet Duke Phaeton. Or Duke Peyton, sorry. So I'm gonna hold this little guy up. I didn't do this last game because he wasn't quite unpacked yet. But I'll hold this one up. Whenever I'm holding this up, that means that I'm getting into something pretty gross with body horror. I always try to catch myself on it. Sometimes I think things are super normal, and then I leave a situation and tell a normal human being, and they say, "That's really gross, Lucas." And so I gotta get on this, so don't worry. So I'm gonna hold this up because it's about to get gross. So you all are standing around the Zerithian Doom Cube. Small tendrils of wires come out of this cube, and to you, it's something so weird and happening in such a strange, almost like a slow-mo time. But to everyone else around you, this is happening incredibly fast. You watch as these wires coil up and go to your nostrils and slink in, and you feel it. You feel it between your eyes. You feel it touch something back there. There's no nerves on the brain, so something's going on. And it's so uncomfortable. It's not painful, it's just uncomfortable. And TK37, this is the second time it's happened. But Glyph, it just taps and connects to your chest plate. So you now are you've taken the Zerithian Doom Cube and used it to transport yourselves to Duke Peyton Thale's abode. You see there is this human man sitting behind a desk and kind of spinning a little bit in a wheelchair, like swirling a glass of scotch. There's a nice fireplace nearby, a lot of tall bookshelves filled with books. You see, there's a nice carpeted ground. It's very comfortable in here. There's a single door leading out, and you see as he spins around and goes, "Oh shit! Whoa! All right, I recognize you with clothes on this time." What? And he quickly grabs a book. TK, is it? TK, yes, I hired you all.
Mm-hmm. You did.
Is this your party?
It is.
I have car talk. I have worry. I have allura and gif or jif. We weren't sure on the pronunciation, but there seems to be one more among you. Who is this? A new member of your party?
No, this is a member of the cult.
Oh,
Shit kind of hit the fan.
oh. Why don't you go ahead and inform me of what happened?
So, in order to expedite the process, we joined the caravan that also contained the cult, going to Greenland.
Okay, this is all good news.
And then they summoned some sort of demigod type thing and turned a bunch of people into monsters and started murdering.
That 180'd fast.
Very fast, yes.
I'll start with the obvious. I'm happy you're not dead. How
Me
did
too.
How did you gather this sad-looking individual?
Don't know.
Oh, that one was me. I enchanted a rock to sound like his terrifying boss monster person, and tricked him into getting into the wagon on the presumption that he was spying on the cult for us, or spying on us for his cult. And now he's here. This is Scrump.
Scrump.
Say hi, asshole, and PK just kicks him.
Ah! Old Scrump here. Reporting for duty, don't kill me. We'll see. All
No.
right. Perfect. Okay. Well, you've been busy little bees. Let's unpack this bag. strange demigod. What? They have a demigod for the cult? That's a huge setback.
Don't know if it's technically one.
Ooh,
I'm not exactly an expert in that.
we
It was big.
we did find out that there are 5 leaders of the cult, and they all have a mask that turns them into bigger monsters, and they're some sort of ghoul. And that was one of those leaders, and it specifically has a vendetta against us. But that now we know that if we want to deal with the cult, we gotta collect those masks and probably get rid of them.
Okay, so 5 masks, 5 leaders. Mask turns you into a big spooky thingamajig. All right, this isn't already news. I didn't have this. This is fantastic. Okay, so we have looking into the. So that would explain the necklace then, the 5-part necklace.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, you're getting paid. Look at this. Do you know why they're on their way to Greenest?
On there to pick something up.
Okay,
We don't know what, and apparently neither does this one. I'm sure I could get an answer out though.
I don't know a whole lot about what the higher ups are doing. After I got demoted, I just got to a lot of cooking jobs and taking care of spider horses and making the beds, and you gotta fold everything properly. So we can still kill this one. Looks like they're useless. Okay.
I promised Scrump that Scrump would not be dying
Oh no.
in this process.
I have to make you a liar.
Hey, we can
No.
lie.
I don't
We're
want to
allowed
lie
to
to
do that.
Scrump.
I don't want to die.
No, it was gonna be Scrump's day.
He wants to turn into a monster and murder people.
Yeah, but if he's on his own, it's not as horrible as a whole group of people turning into monsters.
Yeah, but he still wants to do that. And he's probably going to go and try to do that.
Oh, you're right.
Do you know what the whole point of this damn cult is?
Bring about chaos.
We're just trying to
bring
ascend.
up chaos, turn into monsters, kill people.
Honestly, adds up.
Some of them want immortal bodies as well that don't age.
Oh, well, I mean, that's fair. That one makes sense, actually. Okay. Where are you located at the moment?
Are we not here with you?
It's very complicated. This is some ancient magitech. Making a Zerithian Doom Cube requires a lot of bodies and a lot of... Well, it's a whole thing. You're here... Your consciousness is here. If people were looking at you right now, your eyes would be completely white. Probably some stuff up your nose, and you probably look a little zombie-ish at the moment, kind of brain dead. You're probably scaring everyone around you if you're in a populated area.
We're in a very populated area.
Well, that's gonna be hilarious when you get back. Okay. Alright. So, let's figure this out. You figured out the 5 piece of the mask. You figured out a bit about their leadership. Do you know the one who put the mask on their name?
What was her name? Pick Scrump again.
Resmir. Perfect. This is all right. So I will have 1,500 gold pieces waiting for you. Where's the closest large city?
Mostly back the way we came.
Transmutia.
There's an adventuring guild in Transmutia. I can send it there.
Oh, right, we are going that way. We shouldn't go back.
All right. Yes, perfect. Okay. So if you stop by the adventuring guild, they will have your money for you. It'll be 1,500 gold. I still need you to figure out more about what's going on in Greenest. Something's happening there, and it doesn't seem right. Why would they're just going to pick up some baubles? That doesn't make any sense. And this one's useless. Just a giant meat sack in front of us, wasting air.
I don't think Scrump is a waste. I think that they've just been very misled and he has a lot of gambling debt. But other than that, like, they're just a normal person like you or I.
Well,
He's absolutely a waste of space.
all right. See, I like that leadership. This is it's good. You can keep the Scrump if you want, but if it makes a mess or anything, you have to clean up after it. All right? I'm not going to be taking care of your Scrump. All right. Yes, so go to Greenest, figure out what the hell this cult's doing and why they're turning people into monsters. Obviously, it's to do things for them, but I need to know more. I'm trying to bring down this cult. I have a few other groups investigating on different tendrils, and I need to figure out more of this. There will be more gold for you to investigate this, so I'll make it worth your while. I am very rich.
Oh, you're definitely going to have to make it worth our while, because the stuff that we've seen is way out from some simple scouting mission type crap.
Oh, just wait until you really get into adventuring. I remember my days on the road. Of course, I had 30 to 40 people protecting me, but I still like to think that I was a bit of a rogue out there.
Sure thing, buddy. Alright, so, do you want this guy, or...
No, you can... I don't want... It's gonna ruin the carpet with what I'm gonna do. Just take the Scrump. It's fine. All right.
A bottle of scotch.
You want me to give you scotch?
No, we can leave him with Saint Bernard.
Right. And then
Are you at a Church of the Shining God?
Yeah.
No.
it's a long story.
They seem alright to me.
One moment, please. And he spins around in his chair, and he's just facing the wall away from you. Everyone make me perception checks.
My dice out. One moment.
Yes.
It's a 7.
That's an 8.
Nice.
30-20.
Hey.
Hey.
9.
I perceive all.
I got a 21.
All right, so Glyph and Alora, you hear as he turns around in a squeaky chair, and you can just faintly hear this clicking sound, like a sound. And then he spins back around. Yes! St. Bernard Busybody. That's fantastic news. You are safe there. Probably the safest you'll ever be. And don't mind the church. My family has had a long-standing relationship with them. As long as you don't get too much in their hair, and I've just been told you should avoid the basement. That's all.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Anybody got anything else that they want to say to him?
No, but before we go, I want to look around this room in this office, and he says, "Oh, I'm very rich. I'll be the judge of that. So I want to, because based on my background, I want to roll and see, is he actually rich, or is this like some like nouveau riche nonsense?" That just perception?
Yep. I'd say perception
It's all
or
illusory.
investigation, whichever you want to
Okay.
do.
Cool. Let's do what's higher. Perception's way higher. So that's 15 plus 7. 22.
You're looking around this room. There's a lot of books everywhere. Everything, like there's some portraits of the Duke. They have the very fancy picture frames on them, gilded. Like a lot of just very a waste of money. So that's how you know that it's real rich people stuff. And you're looking, and some of it seems a little old. Some of the books seem very old, especially on some of the higher shelves. Those books look quite ancient. And looking around, you catch the door. And the door is the one thing that stands out to you the most. Looking at this door, for a moment, you see a very ornate, beautiful oak door. And then it looks a little old. And then it looks ornate again. And then you're standing on carpet, and the carpet looks dirty. And the carpet looks nice. And you're trying to scan, figure out what's going on. Is it illusion magic? But it doesn't seem to be. You got high enough, well over 20. You can't see any telltale signs of magic or illusion, or even like how he's sitting. Is his hand slightly sitting through something, or a little bit off, or his clothes off, but he looks fine. So you're not sure what it is. That's about all you're picking up from this room.
Okay.
So we're good. We're just going to bounce. I am going to take this with me, and she grabs the bottle of was it brandy or scotch that he was drinking?
Yeah. Oh well. It does always taste like dirt, and that's Scotch's thing.
Hey,
so
we brought you a guy.
I don't want your scrump.
Well, I know you don't want him, but I mean, we still did. Gift for a gift.
I like how my caption said, "I don't want your scrub." I just appreciate that.
I mean, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah. All right, well, have fun, everyone. And suddenly you snap to and stumble a little bit, and you're all standing. Your legs are sore. Your knees kind of hurt a little bit because you've been just standing there, and you're looking around, and a lot of people are sleeping already, and they're sleeping as far away from all of you as possible. And you feel like around your shoulders there's blankets, like somebody put blankets over your shoulders, and you could just see there's two people in the corner. They're huddled up at one bed. You can hear, "Oh look, now they're back. Wonder what they were doing in there. Probably murdering someone." And you just hear that coming from over there. But it looks like the beds are set up for you, and you don't feel too chilly.
Do I have the bottle with me?
You do.
Oh, that has implications. Well, I want to check the year on it. See how quality we're talking.
All right, so you are looking at this bottle, and while you were there, you could read, it had the fancy scrawled thing. You could read that it was Scotch. It's some random logo on it. But now you're looking at it, and you can't recognize this writing. Even where the numbers were, the date, they're strange symbols. You don't know them.
She pops the cork and gives it a sniff. It smells fine.
Yeah, it smells like Scotch.
Yeah, I should take a big ol' swig.
Tastes like dirt, so it tastes like Scotch.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, I don't like Scotch, if that hasn't been made clear.
I mean, I don't like Scotch either. TK probably doesn't like Scotch either.
That's fair.
She likes alcohol.
Hey, you feel the warm burn, and I mean, it is alcohol. It goes down. Feels good.
Alright. I'm going to bed.
Can I go back on the top bunk?
If somebody wants to push you up there, that's fine. I'm not doing it. It's very hard to carry someone your size up a ladder.
I just need a boosty.
I've got you.
Thank you. So, I suppose I should change this. So you all wake up, and you can hear outside. The rain is really going hard. And actually, I'll take that back a little bit. So while you were sleeping, it was a very comfortable sleep. But all of you noticed one thing. You kept feeling like you would wake up every now and then, thinking that somebody turned on a light that was very bright in here. But then when you looked around, there was nothing here. And you always felt like someone was watching over you. And it didn't feel malicious, but it didn't feel very benevolent. It just felt like someone was there, and they were watching over you. And you're not sure why. And Kratok, you had no nightmares this night. The first time in a long time, you didn't have a single nightmare. You had a very comfortable, solid sleep. And all of you wake up to hearing the storm raging outside, and you can hear the sounds of the spider horses in the main area of the temple just through the door. It sounds like they might be chewing on the wooden pews. And it looks like a lot of the beds are actually empty. They're already gone. And they didn't even make them.
Okay, so a lot of the pilgrims are gone. What about, like, the obvious wizard and the sadlings and...
They're still there. You see the people that were from the other wagon, they're all getting up, stretching. They seem like they're in pretty high spirits. Obvious wizard is there, the gemstone dwarf, the 3 sad halflings, horse person, and I believe there was... Oh, of course, Scrump. I feel like I'm missing someone. Oh, the orc lady.
And a dwarf woman, yeah.
Yeah, the orc lady. She's setting up all her gear.
She a beach orc or a snow orc?
Roll an insight.
Orc or a snork?
That is a... that's a 7.
You can't tell. Usually the tattoos are one of the easiest ways to tell. It's not everyone gets them, but it's a common enough practice. But you can't tell if they're from North Harbor or South Harbor. You see they're all getting ready. And TK, one thing you notice, because you're paranoid, you're always looking to see if someone else is looking. And you see that dwarf every so often, she just keeps looking over at you.
You guys just like the next time that she notices the dwarf looking, she's just gonna point a finger over at them and say, "What?"
She straightens up her gear, puts her backpack over her shoulder, walks on out to you. She's probably around like 4'7". She's a dwarf of the crystal halls, so you can see that there are like gemstones that are sticking and raising from her skin. Some on her neck, a little bit on her face. And she looks down at you. How are you now?
I'm alright. Is there a problem?
I just keep looking at you, and seems like you're somebody I knew or something. You ever hang out much over in the Foundry of Steel?
TK's hand is drifting down to her dagger. Can't say that I have.
Yeah. Well, listen here, bud. If you're ever there, I guess you just look like somebody I know. So, but your skin's all different. You got a lot of scars and stuff like that, and just look a little odd. But nothing by it. It's just you keep really looking like a friend of mine. But you ever work for Fellstone?
No. Who are you?
Oh, name's Gemma.
Very on the nose.
Yeah, my parents were real funny. I didn't really appreciate it much, so gotta say. Well, here, TK, I'm gonna be traveling out there, Transmutia, with everybody over there. So if you're traveling along and you want to have a little chatsies, just be over there on a spider horse.
Sure. Okay.
All right. Well, have a good one.
TK's very confused right now.
And it is now canon
So-
that all dwarves of the Crystal Hall have a rural Canadian accent.
How are you now?
Good, and you?
I was gonna say, as soon as she mentioned the foundry, Glyph would have heard that and been interested in that conversation. So I probably eavesdropped on all that, and after she walks away, I walk up to TK, and just kind of to TK, I say, TK, did that woman know you?
I don't know. Did she like make TK feel anything, or is it still just like blank slate?
Roll me an insight. Gotta get back to my city person accent. Roll me an insight, please.
Okay.
I have to speak the voice of the people.
Oh, that's a 19 total.
It's that feeling like you know something, but you're not quite sure what it is you know. Like, you see them.
About that face.
Yeah, it's familiar, but you don't know why.
Oh. There's something. Yeah, quite put my finger on it, though.
I'm just concerned. The other caravan is now in great danger because of our actions.
Well, from what she said, they're going out to Transmutia too. So if we're heading that way, we can tag along. Just do me a favor and keep an eye on them.
And I just like nod my head.
How about you other three? What are you up to as you're getting ready to head out?
I would say that Weary probably is gonna take some time and try out some science fair stuff, basically, like taking out the alchemy kit and testing out some of the new things that the party has requested be tested out.
Is there one in particular you want to look at?
Sure. I'm gonna do the monster ichor because that's immediately relevant, and then my next rest I will probably do the CD.
Okay.
So, I can just use Arcana, right?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, that is 17 plus 6, 23.
Looking
So I
over,
take out my little alchemy kit.
looking over this, you're taking your time. You're kind of like heating up a little bit of it to see what it does. You have like magnifying glasses to zoom in. You're smelling it. The one thing that you note is that it seems closer to vegetable matter than it does to your classic like creature and animal. So it almost looks like whatever this process was, there's some sort of vegetation involved in this transformation.
Oh.
And it smells of rotting vegetation when you're smelling it too. Like it smells like some sort of byproduct almost.
Okay. That's gross. But Weary takes very detailed notes on plant matter being a key aspect of this transformation. And I think that's probably all Weary's going to have time for today, like before we all leave. So,
How about you, Laura?
I'm kind of just wandering around the church, still trying to figure out if this is like a good church or a bad church kind of thing. Just because the Duke kind of made me very not comfortable when we were talking about it, so I'm just like, and I'm kind of just like wandering around like the perimeter and just kind of like keeping an eye on everyone before like we all have to leave. And I guess by the time, like as I'm sort of just wandering around and looking at everything, like I'm watching Weary and not watching where I'm going, and I end up like whacking the basement door. Like I just run into it because I'm not paying attention, and I'm like, oh, that's there.
while you're wandering around, just trying to get a feel for the church, you see a lot of like quickly put up tapestries. Like they must have been here for maybe only a couple months. You can see like there's depictions of a beautiful shining being, just bright light emanating from their body as they're risen up above other people, and the other people are crying in praise and lifting their hands up to this shining being who's casting lights down. You see on some tapestries there are people, they have these strange symbols on their hands, their left hands, and they look very grotesque and monster-like. And they're like striking down worshippers of this shining god, and the shining god trying to hold them at bay. And you can see just like a lot of depictions. It's very, very much trying to tell a story of how the shining god protects its followers and how there seems to be certain agents that are after them. And you're wandering around, seeing Weary work on something, and you bump into this basement door, and you kind of hear like a little bit of a click, and it just cracks open a little bit. You can just this little bit of cool air comes up from down below, and it smells somewhat musty.
I'm gonna like sort of peek my head in and just, hello?
As you're peeking your head in, you can hear directly behind you, "Oh, I wouldn't go in there."
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to, but I accidentally hit it because, well, I'm kind of klutzy. What? It has a different smell than the rest of the building. Why is that?
Well, there's a large cave down there, and it's very dangerous at times if you're not careful and you don't know what to expect. Some people have gone down there and not returned, and I can't find a trace of them, so I've just started telling people, don't go into the basement. I go down there sometimes to have a chat, but other than that, I tell others do not go down.
Wait, have a chat with... You just said there was a cave. There's somebody down there?
In a sense.
Could I meet them? Could you go with me?
I don't know if that's a great idea. You're a little too susceptible.
To what? To what?
To the divine. And he taps your forehead. Little too much of a connection. You're still just a seed. You need to grow a little bit and get a little bit stronger. I wouldn't want you getting absorbed.
How would you recommend that I get stronger then?
Well, embrace the world and make friends, go out there on adventures, save people. And I believe your route is to awe people. Unless you want to go the route of fear. You have many opportunities to grow and see if you can grow your own flock, but you're still but a seedling, and I don't know if any of that will even happen, but, you know, it's up to you. But be careful of the ones that have already grown more, because they could pull you in.
What do you mean by pull me in?
Oh, I almost forgot. I'll be right back. I have to get some breakfast sandwiches for all of you. And Bernard starts rushing away. Kratok. What do you have to do?
So Kratok is going to talk to Scrump. Scrump!
Oh, is today the day?
Did you actually want to stay here?
I mean, the bed's probably the best bed I've ever slept in, so sure.
Oh, I was thinking maybe if you came with us, you could carry my backpack, and in exchange, we'll show you what life's really about, not becoming a crazed monster.
Roll me a persuasion.
It's a 23.
Oh my god. Well, I don't really have anything going on. All I have to do is carry a backpack. It seems easy. I've carried many things. I've carried a head in a box. I've carried bags of gold. You name it, I've carried it. Well, there's one thing I can carry. It's a backpack.
Oh, and there's
Are there
one stipulation.
drugs in it?
No, of course not.
Oh, because I can't do that again. Can't get caught again.
No, the only rule is that from today onwards, you are just a simple person. You're not part of any organization. Nothing.
Just scrump. Just scrump being scrump. Carrying backpacks that aren't filled with drugs. And that's what I say when they ask me. They say, are there drugs in that backpack? I say no. There are no drugs. You know what? My previous time while I was waiting for Ascension, it was just me carrying things for other people, and this seems like there's a lot less dangerous work. I mean, I'll follow you as far as Transmutia. We'll see how this goes.
All right, you're on, Scrump. Come with us.
All right. What do I get paid?
You get paid in experience.
I'm an intern. Well, there's worse things.
We'll make sure you're mostly comfortable.
Okay, just like an intern. All right. It's like you're like a startup boss. You got a small business you're making.
Well, no, I just thought you might enjoy life more not being stuck in this church. That's all.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's go, Scrump.
Carry your backpack here. No drugs in this.
All right,
Hopefully.
let me make this clear. You just untied Scrump, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to be picking up a backpack without his arms. Unless he just grows a third one.
Oh no.
Just scrump.
Oh.
So, your wagon gets loaded, and as you got the last of your supplies, you're checking on the spider horses. They ate a portion of the furniture and nice stuff around here, and that's spider horses for you. A couple of ear mice run by you, their ears flapping on their backs as they scamper between the pews, courtesy of Jess. You look around and you see Bernard coming over going, "Oh good, I caught you before you're leaving. Here are your breakfast sandwiches. They're mystery flavor."
That's
Can we
my
tell
favorite
what-
flavor.
Can we tell any of what's on the sandwiches?
It looks like regular bread, like a regular bun, so that's nice, almost like a biscuit. You think it's eggs in there? There's it looks like green tomatoes have been placed on. They're not ready, but they put them on. And some sort of lettuce-like thing.
An enigma wrapped in a conundrum.
Weary, being something of a scientist themselves, is going to use like just for, and like clearly like letting Bernard know that like, oh, I would like to learn how to make this someday myself. So I'm going to run it through the alchemy kit real quick just to see what's inside.
Okay,
can't
if
just
that
eat
seems
first.
like a normal thing to do.
I got a really bad food poisoning before I came to the Arcanium, so I want to be safe.
You just like you always start off the conversation strong, and you just step right off the ledge the moment you can. It's the second sentence. Just off you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It seems to be just you. If this happened maybe only once, I would have taken offense, but it seems to be just your thing.
Oh. Where he just takes apart the sandwich and tests each part of it.
I mean, it tastes good. You are very unsure. The only thing you're sure of is the tomatoes. The rest, I mean, and it seems like a bun, like a biscuit-like thing. And you don't know about the other two, though.
Oh no.
I rolled a 12. TK likes it. Fine. You know, it's not the best. It's not
good.
the
It's
worst.
tasty. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Could use more mushrooms.
Yeah.
So the other wagon, they get all ready as well. You see the obvious wizard was going to take the reins, and horse person's like, out of the way! And like quickly climbs up and takes the reins of the spider horse that no longer is constantly trying to eat horse person. They've learned the ways of the spider horse. And the rest of them are all clambering in there. The orcish woman, she looks over at all of you. So we're heading over to Transmutia. I don't know if that's where you're all going. My trip is taking me as far as the Warped Woods. You want to keep traveling with me if you're going that direction? That's fine by me. Otherwise, we can part ways in Transmutia.
We'll see once we get there. We've got a couple things to settle in town.
So the wagons are all ready, and the doors are opened up. You look outside now in the daytime. The rain is slowly starting to let up a little bit. And you can see like there's some birds that are just sitting in trees looking annoyed at the rain. And let's ask Meg. Meg, tell me, what's something weird about the local songbirds?
They always sound like Miss Piggy.
So these beautiful birds going as you're hearing them like sing out, and it's fantastic. The song, the melody is great. These Miss Piggy songbirds of the Arcanium, just the very, very interesting singing that they do.
Real quick, I just rolled to see if I noticed that Scrump was walking behind us.
He's got a bag on. He still has his gray robes on.
Yeah, I rolled a 7. So no. DK's just eyes forward.
Well, the first thing I do is as soon as everyone's like packing up and getting there, I sneakily feed my breakfast sandwich to Muffin. Then I would also like to roll to see if I noticed Scrump is coming with us. That's really high, so probably 18 plus 7, something.
You see the Scrump?
25.
And I'm just kind of looking, because he's just like, oh boy, we're going. And it's like, TK, is Scrump coming with us to Transmutia? I thought he was staying here at the church.
You know what? We left him tied up in the room. DK turns around and sees him now. What are you doing? Why aren't you tied up in the room?
Oh, I got hired to not carry drugs.
Yes, this is my intern, Scrump.
Intern?
No, he's not.
He's renounced his old ways.
That's good.
No,
that's
he
good.
hasn't. The second he sees those guys, he's going to go and get turned into a monster.
I think Scrump's changed. Haven't you, Scrump? I kind of like pat him on the shoulder.
Yep.
See?
Insight.
It's like...
Shoot, I got a 10.
That's a dirty 20, baby.
Honestly, he seems like he's just going with the flow.
Yeah,
if he got a job at
right
like
into being a monster.
Yeah, if there was a pub job that also just like came on by and they said they were paying like 6 copper or like 6 gold a week, he'd just take that. Like whatever's coming his way, he's probably gonna just, float towards that. Right now he's carrying a backpack that has no drugs in it.
It is well known the only person carrying drugs in the party that we know of is Weary.
He is not coming with us.
Yeah.
He is not coming with us because he's going to kill us in our sleep. The second anyone even slightly hints that maybe that's a good idea.
Sorry, Kurtok, you said intern?
Yeah, well, he's going to travel with us, and he'll hold my things for now, and one day I might teach him some music.
Okay,
Going
that's
to steal your
nice.
things
Is he?
and kill
Are we
you.
paying? Are we paying Scrump to carry your things?
Yeah,
we
we'll
paid
pay him an
experience.
exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
And this isn't to say that I agree with TK. I think it's fine if Scrump wants to renounce his old ways and join us.
I would be
and I
all
push a
for
gold-
that. That's fine. He's not coming with us, though. He can go do whatever the hell he wants. I don't care.
I push a coin into Scrump's hand, like a gold piece, and I'm going to give you one of these every single day, as long as you travel with us.
Okay.
Weary, he tried to stab
No,
you less than 12 hours ago.
He wants
He
to
did,
turn
but then-
into a monster.
See,
but
you keep saying monster. You keep saying I want to turn to a monster. I just wanted to ascend and lose my individualism to experience true peace. And you call it a monster because it looks like something different and something you don't like. And because maybe it acts different or has a different diet from you. But it doesn't mean it's a monster. It just means it's something different. Okay, so when Dorvin popped out of the flesh suit, who attacks first, you or Dorvin?
Oh, we murdered the hell out of that guy.
Did he hit anyone?
that doesn't make us. No.
I'm
hit
just saying.
himself.
So far, you've killed Teresa and you killed Dorvin.
Yep. And I don't feel bad about it. They were monsters.
Just saying.
See, he thinks that we're horrible murderers. He's going to kill us in our sleep.
Okay.
Oh my
He
god,
should
I
go
can't
live with
believe
Bernard.
it's raining out here and the murderers are still here. Let's come back later.
Well, we can think of this as an exchange. See? Scrump will teach us about the external optics of our party, and we'll teach him about the internal ones.
No, we are not giving morality lessons.
I
cult
think
member who wants to turn into a monster and murder people.
I think that
called
like
Ascension?
we
Okay.
can be our new we can be Scrump's new cult-like family, and
No.
teach Scrump to be a better person. But
I'm
we are
about to
paying
murder
him. Oh no. And I think Weary loses it at the judgmental scarf people. Because what? What do you want? What do you want?
Oh my
What
god, they're
even joy
yelling
do
at
you
us.
get from this?
They're yelling at us again. And you just see them like scamper off down the road.
Oh god. I'm sorry. I'm just under a lot of pressure.
Zuckertop turns to Scrump, and he says, "Well, Scrump, I'll let you reevaluate. I thought this would be a lot less abrasive, but, you know."
Oh no, it's fine.
This cult tried to murder us. They murdered like everyone in the entire caravan.
You lit like
All of
4 of
them.
my friends on fire.
Oh, I threw
And
the
your
grease.
friends murdered everyone else.
That was after.
So we
You
can
all
break
hit
the
me in
cycle.
the face. You deserve to catch on fire.
We can break the cycle of violence right now. This would be the perfect time.
All right,
That's why I'm not
break
not murdering him. I could murder him right now. I could my brain power to squish him into a little ball and throw him into the woods, but I'm not doing it. I'm restraining myself.
I'm proud of you.
And I want to turn around, and I assume I'm taller than Scrump, so I kind of like am going to leer over him, and I'm gonna say, Scrump, if you come with us, you will not step a toe out of line. You will not speak a word against us or raise a hand against us. If you do, you will never know peace. I want to roll intimidate. Okay. That's a 19.
You know, I'm just gonna go to Cantra. It's like right over there. Nobody's trying to kill me. Or turn me into a ball and throw me in the woods. You know, it just seems like if I had a choice of like things I wanted in the morning, it's you Here's your bag, Kratok.
Kratok takes his backpack back, and he looks down at the ground and he goes, all right, Scrump. Hope you enjoy your time in Cantra.
Make sure you tell the guards there are no drugs in there, because they're going to ask.
All right, I will.
And Scrump just marches off into the rain.
Kratok takes his alpine cap off and holds it over his chest.
You don't get to feel bad. You weren't going to pay him.
He was a new friend.
We'll get you a bad guy in Transmutia. All right, we can just get one off the streets who isn't going to kill us in our sleep. It's fine.
Do you really think they'll be more kind-hearted than Scrump? He renounced his old ways.
I really
No,
hope
he
he gets
didn't.
the holiday.
He did not
He did not.
at
You
all.
weren't privy to our conversation.
We go now. I feel like our quest needs to kind of get done.
I'm really trying to finish sweeping, and your caravan's still on the way, and I didn't want to say anything because it seemed like you were having a moment, but like, gotta clean up.
All right, fine. Goodbye,
Hey,
St. Bernard.
You all wave to Joe real quick.
Oh.
There you go, Buffy.
So the rain starts letting up, and you all start getting out of there. You're hopping on to your wagon. So it seems like a pretty good stretch of traveling time. There's no monsters, still a lot of cool cows. These Miss Piggy birds follow along for quite a while. Every so often you see because you travel near the coastline a little bit as you're going along towards Transmutia, and you see the Lisa Frank dolphins jumping into the air and splashing into the water, the beautifully colored dolphins that look incredibly happy about life in general. As you're traveling along, you just see more of those ear rats, and you just wonder why. Like, some of them have noses, one runs by and it has an eye that just watches you. Like, it's weird. The Arcanium's a weird place. But as you're going along, the other wagon is just traveling a little bit behind you, and they have a couple spider horses that they're going along. And is there anyone who wants to have any conversations with these people as you're on your way to Transmutia?
I wanted to drop back. I wanted to first ask the wizard if they're okay. So yeah, I'll just rein my horse and drop back to be parallel with them. And he wasn't driving the caravan. Is he just sitting in the front with horse person?
Yeah, he's sitting in the front.
Okay.
There.
I'm just hello. I'm sorry I grabbed you so roughly yesterday.
Greetings. I appreciate the save. How are you? Are you doing well?
Glyph.exe is not working. Yes, I am well.
You seem like you're a pretty tough individual wearing all that armor. I felt it was, it was a little painful, but I nonetheless appreciate the save.
It is better to be safe than sorry. My name is Glyph.
It is good to meet you, Glyph. My name is Prodigy.
Prodigy. That is a prestigious name.
Well, I mastered the magical arts at quite a young age, and they decided that this would be my name, and sent me off to the School of Learning in Evocatia. There I practiced the evocation magics. I thankfully have not faded yet, so I feel good that I still have more in my life to learn.
Glyph doesn't know what that means, but grand.
He's a gifted child, which, always ends up screwing you over later in life.
He's a luminous, right?
Yes.
Okay. They fade when they're done. Where's the orc lady?
She's riding on a spider horse a little bit off to the side. Very wary, looking around, trying to make sure that nothing's following you or nothing's going to pop out.
Yes. I'll speak to her as well. Hello.
Hi. How are you? You see, she has like a leather armor on. She has a long cloak. There's a symbol on the back of it that you can partially make out. And you can see that she has a few weapons on her side, as well as that pistol. And a very ornate bag on a saddlebag on the spider horse.
I just wanted to say, after our business in Transmutia, we do need to keep heading east. So there's a strong likelihood we will travel with you.
Oh, well, there's strength in numbers. I welcome the company. It seemed like you all were decent in a pinch, and you could get out of the way quite well, so I wouldn't mind traveling with you at all. Is there something that's taking you in that direction?
That is the direction we are going. We have business with the Adventurers Guild. I forgot what we were doing for a second. I was like, why are we going to Transmutia?
Adventurers Guild, eh? Well, that's an exciting life. It's a little dangerous, but, you could do some good work there. I work for the Wardens. I came up here because we're starting an expansion project in the Arcanium, but it's slow goings, and I have to report to our headquarters.
In Transmutia.
We had set something up in a little bit further from here, a little more towards Port Divinarium. Stopping by Transmutia just to pick up some supplies, but our headquarters are over in the Enclave of Terra, past the Warped Woods that are bordering the Arcanium.
Well, hopefully we will make it to Transmutia safely. My name is Glyph.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Glyph. My name is... It is here, Lucas. My name is Greta Thunblest. That's spelled Greta, Greta, and then Thunblest is Thoun, and then just blessed. And Thun is one of the demigods, the demigod of the ocean.
Blessed. Ah. Okay. I will tip my hat to her and catch up with our party. And I'm kind of doing what she's doing, like keeping my eyes peeled.
How about the rest of you? Is there anyone that interested you to talk to?
I mean, PK was going to fall back to Jim at some point, but I can hold off on that at the moment.
I mean, if no one wants to talk, we can hop onto that.
So yeah, PK just kind of eases back Princess until like she's next to Gemma.
Oh, all right, now TK.
I'm doing all right.
That's good.
So, about this friend of yours. What did they look like?
Oh, it's a goblin lady. She had a little more like purplish hue to her. Not nowhere near as much scars, no offense, but didn't really have all the scars on her. One hell of a person in a fight, though. Didn't have any of that fancy magic you got going, though. So I figured maybe you knew him, but I don't know.
Purple,
if you
you said purple hue, like yellow, green eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You looked a lot like her, so I figured maybe, but no. I mean, no offense, you don't have her personality. She was very, outside of the field, just a very happy-go-lucky person.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
What you doing so far out here? It looks like you're wearing some deep armor there.
I'm saving the world. Boring.
Arcanium's a weird place to visit. This place is downright weird.
Yeah, that's, vacation. Go for the weird. Stay for the cows.
Oh my goodness, they're just so cool. I don't know how to deal with it. And then, all the weird things that are flying around at night, monsters popping out. And I heard there's this one weird town where everybody got turned into some sort of slug or ooze or something, but they're all still pretty nice. Like, it's all right, like, however you want. But, like, it's just, this place is, it's just not for me. So I'm just making my way over to Transmutia. I was just here for a little bit of work, but I don't know. Supposed to meet up with a friend.
It's not ideal, but I'm making do.
Well, if you ever are in the need for some help, Fellstone, we're great. We're a mercenary organization. We help out a lot of people for the right price, and we're usually based out of the Foundry of Steel, but you can find us all over the place. We help on out.
You're Fellstone?
I'm like, think of me like I'm freelance, and Fellstone just was getting me to do something. But no, I'm not technically Fellstone.
Okay. That's information.
What would you work with Fellstone for? You know him?
I'm aware of them, yes.
They can be a little rough and tumble, but they get the job done,
That's what I hear. Certainly what I hear. I got a thing to do.
Yeah, have a good one.
And TK is just going to fall back to the first person in the party that she sees.
So you're all traveling for a ways, and there's no monster attack. You don't actually see any marks or anything really out of the ordinary. There's no other destroyed houses. Like, you pass by farmhouses, you pass by other merchants that are traveling both directions, some people that are just doing patrols. You see some members of the cleansers, these large cloaked individuals wearing this heavy armor, just thundering by on these strange, kind of like a hybrid between an elephant and a tiger. It's got the snout and flappy ears. It's gray, but it has a lot of fur on it, and it's running quite quickly as they're going along. And you're making your way, and in the distance you see Transmutia. Now, this city, compared to Port Divinarium, and especially compared to in the very distance when you saw what little of Cantry you did, Transmutia is massive. It does not have any walls compared to Port Divinarium. It's a lot of very tall buildings, and you can see there are strange devices that are sailing in the air from tall building to tall building, walkways between spires. They're the other housing and other buildings really just sprawl outwards, it just spills on out. And you're probably a good 5-10 miles away at the moment.
I'm probably impressed by how little smog there is.
Yeah, there is none. You don't actually see that. You do know
clean.
That the Arcanium does have issues with magic pollution, but it's a different story. As you're...
Oh,
go ahead.
I was just gonna do a little interaction because I did. Weary kind of slows down the spider horse to match pace with Alora's, and just kind of like calls over, like, "Hey, I wanted to show you something because the last time it was candles, and we've been very busy with the everything, and I made something new, and I wanted to show the rest of the group, but I figured you'd enjoy it first, and then I'll have it float around and visit everybody. I should let TK know that it's friendly." I'll deal with that later. And Weary lets out like this, like basically it's like about the size of a koi fish, like a large koi fish, and it's made of like these like banded pieces of metal, and it's got these glowing little like dot like bluish like golden like blue with like gold in the middle sort of eyes, and it just kind of floats around Weary and like floats over towards Alora's spider horse and just kind of hangs out.
How pretty. Does it have a name?
No, I haven't thought of that yet. It's my first, I guess, version of. It's what I needed the bloodstone from the Bizarrio. It's my homunculus. I made it. It allows me to. It will allow me to cast spells from it at some point. I just need to, basically like charge it with some magic. It's a whole thing. But he's very kind, and I can fix him, and I'm very excited to have him complete it, because it was a project I've been wanting to make for a while.
I'm gonna take my staff and be like, charge it, and just kind of like pop, like boop it, kind of.
It like pushes back a little bit, like almost like a bobblehead for a minute, and then like floats back.
Does it work on land? And I'm gonna like make like a little like tunnel out of like dirt. I'm just gonna like scoop up some and just.
It's very slow on land, so it like lays on the land and just flops like a fish would.
Just magic carps its way over.
Yeah. It's just it's as soon as it touches dirt, it's like full magic carp all the way down. But like when it's floating, it's like floating and enjoying itself.
Wait till it evolves.
My water magic. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. It's all good testing to see its capabilities. I'm very excited to see how it can help people.
It's very nice.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you. And while I am here, I also move Weary closer to Glyph, Spider Horse, and like toss something towards Cliff. And it's a crossbow that appears to have like basically like a bunch of like clay like pots stuck onto the top, so it's impossible to actually charge with an actual bolt. So it looks like I just handed you a broken crossbow.
Yeah, I just like catch it on reflex and just look at you. Are you giving this to me?
Yes, so I noticed during our fight that when you ran in, you got very hurt. And I figure you can do just as well both in and out, like away and close, so you don't get hurt as much. That crossbow doesn't need to be reloaded. It just keeps going.
Oh, it's fancy.
And for the folks at home, I changed my infusions from the Detect Magic eye drops to a repeating crossbow.
Thank you, Weary. I will hopefully put it to good use. I'll put it with my stuff.
I'm sure you will. I'll let you know if I ever have to unenchant it. I'll let you know ahead of time, but it should be fine. Oh, now I have to think of gifts for everyone else. Okay.
Drunk.
Where he just like goes a little bit faster to avoid conversation.
F's in the chat. Oh, I think we dropped there for a little bit.
Yeah, we did. I saw OBS freeze for a second, and then it came back to life, and I was so worried. Okay. So you're coming up to Transmutia, and you see one thing that catches your eyes. There are a lot of stables and places where wagons are parked. Almost kind of like massive car parks of just like these wagons that are stationed outside of Transmutia. It's weird. It's almost like a sea of them. See, a lot of people are near them. Some people set up camps near them. There's campsites all over. There's a number of inns and taverns that are spotted around the area. And you see that going further into Transmutia, just from the distance that you're at, you can see the road's really narrow to the point where it doesn't look like you're going to get a wagon in there.
It appears they don't allow wagons in Transmutia.
I hope they allow spider horses.
No, and I like hold the reins, and I'm like, no, Muffin.
So you're coming up to a close, like you're coming up near where there's some guards, and they're kind of like ushering people around, and they kind of like hold up a hand for you, Weary, to bring the cart to a stop. Hey, what seems to be your business in Transmutia? Are you merchants or travelers?
Travelers, we're just passing through. We're trying to get, well, clear to the other side of the Arcanium at this point.
Have you been to Transmutia before?
No.
Okay, just a few regulations we have here. The streets are too narrow for this wagon. You can bring a spider horse in, but it's going to be a little bit slow on those things. I don't know if you just want to leave them at a stable out here. But other than that, there's no toll for you to go on in. Just wanting to let you folks know that you can't bring those on in.
Okay.
How much would the stables cost?
I heard they're a couple gold a day. Nothing too expensive. They know a lot of people are in and out.
Okay. I think that would be best.
Yes, absolutely.
DK agrees.
So you see there's a stable nearby, and it has a familiar look. There's this like sort of porch that's set on the front. You see there's a halfling just rocking back and forth. There's a large, like, massive, about 5-10 gallon pail hat on them. And they're just looking around, and they have this bit of wheat that's sticking out.
Hello. We would like to rent out some stable spaces.
You telling me that you brought some beautiful arachnid steeds over to my place of business? Let me take a look at these fine steeds and see if you've been treating them A-okay. Look at this. Look at this beautiful creature. This creature could be running through those plains free. But we had to come here and build our cities, take away their Roman lands. These are beautiful horses. Where'd you get them?
Back in out of character, my brain completely blanked.
Port Divinarium.
Thank you. I was like, Port Wanda. I was like, nope, that's not right. Port Divinarium. We got them over in Port Divinarium. From a gentleman who resembles you.
You must be talking about my cousin Billy. Oh, Billy. He's a fine young man, but he's not a man for math.
Yes, I had to help him with that.
We always said before you get out there, before you start your spider horse business, you get your math. But Billy was just too excited. Too excited for math. And Billy struggles. But I can help you. My math is my strongest subject. Second to my spider horse rearing, of course.
I was about to ask that because, I would rather it be that way.
Let's see how many spider horses you got here. You got 5 beautiful steeds.
Yes, we have a princess. I'm gonna point over towards TK's, and then this is Duchess. She's my baby. Then we've got Big D.
Yes.
For them, and then we have Secretariat with our Pomerian friend, and then the tall one's horse is Muffin.
Muffin. Well, I'm
They're all
gonna
right.
take good care of these horses, these spidery, arachnid states, for a low, low price. 2 gold a day.
Wonderful.
That
Do we
each
pay
or
now
for
or
all of
after?
them?
That's each. I'm giving them the premium care. I'm reading them a story at night. I'm brushing them down. I'm letting them spin their webs. I'm giving them the space they need. And I'm feeding them. Feeding them my favorite.
What's that?
Breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, wonderful.
Everybody knows a spider horse loves a breakfast sandwich. And the more breakfast sandwiches you give that spider horse, the more love it'll show towards you.
Do you know where we could buy more?
You don't buy a breakfast sandwich. You gotta make it from the heart.
Oh. Do you have a recipe? Not very good at cooking, but
I can't give you a recipe for a breakfast sandwich because then you wouldn't be cooking your breakfast sandwich. When you make this sandwich, when you take those buns out, when you cook up them eggs, when you put that down together with a few other vegetables and maybe, just maybe a sauce that you're enjoying, that's when you know I made my breakfast sandwich and this is mine. And the spider horse knows too.
okay.
I have a
Maybe
recipe.
that we can just make a breakfast, or we could just go and buy them. Like,
No, I have a
I
recipe.
bought them.
I learned how to make the weird mystery breakfast sandwich.
So do you need like a down payment or something for us to hold them with you, or do we just pay you after?
You can pay me after, because I know I could see it in your heart. I see it in your eyes. You love that spider horse. You will return. I know you will. Now, if you were a scoundrel, if you were a downright ruffian, I could see it. And I'll charge you up front. But I could see there's kindness in those eyes.
I'm gonna elbow tea kick. Smile.
I am smiling.
Oh, God, please stop. Please stop smiling. You're scaring the spider horses.
I like this. I like Princess. I like this guy. Why would you hit me?
Well, sometimes you look a little scary. Thank you so much. What did you
Okay.
say your name was?
My name's Billy.
You mean you're also Billy?
Yeah,
Is it spelled differently?
yes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Billy instead of Billy.
Those are.
It's all in the pronunciation.
Oh, and Weary just takes out a notebook and writes down this Billy's worst subject is spelling.
I was never a poet.
Thank you very much. Here. And you can do the reins to Duchess.
And these spider horses, they know kindness, and so they all follow along, no problems asked. There is a spot where you can park your wagon. That'll just be an additional gold. So each day it'll be 2 gold for the spider horses and 1 gold just to park your wagon. And then when you come pick it up, you can pay for it. So for however long you've been. Oh man, that voice in my throat.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Oh man.
When Billy goes to take Muffin, like Glyph stops and like pats Muffin's head and is like, "We will come back."
Muffin looks at you, these 8 eyes blinking at you, interchangeably. You know, they all blink differently at different times, and then just bites onto your head, and then lets go and looks at you and gives you a nod. Follows Billy with a Y.
Ugh.
All right, so you are in Transmutia.
Yeah, I'm assuming that we've sort of separated from that other group at the moment.
Yeah,
Well,
they're stopping at a different place to for their spider horses, and they saw you were there.
Okay.
And
But we said we would all meet up like when our business was done. So We'll be able to find them.
Yeah.
We know where their wagon is.
So, I'm assuming we're going to the Adventurers Guild right now, right? Yeah. So as we're walking, TK's just kind of like, come here, gather around, just walk casual. We've got a problem with that crew.
We do?
Them is associated with Fellstone.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
They're mercenaries. That used to be part of, and they're trying to kill me.
Oh.
And you recognized me before I was me.
Oh. So before the boat?
No. So before I was me, was in a tube.
Oh.
And they did things to me in that tube. Before the tube, I think I was a different person.
Oh.
At least according to my tattoo, I was.
Oh.
Like, it's got like a description for someone else.
Mm.
And I actually gotta talk to you about that. She points at Weary.
Oh, yes, of course. I don't know.
As you do doctor stuff.
Yes.
Science things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of science and a bunch of info. I don't get it.
Okay.
But I don't think it's a good idea to roll with this Gemma person. He recognized me. And Fellstone wants me dead as shit. We don't know why, but they're trying to kill me.
Oh.
And that's why I came here. Get away from them. Am I making myself very, very clear?
Yes.
Crystal.
I was eavesdropping though, and she said the person she was thinking of was nice, and well, you're kind of grumpy.
You know what? I'm doing my best here. Okay? I spent the past 2 months on the run.
That's fair. It would make anyone grumpy.
Then I finally get someplace with a sort of modicum of safety, and then I spend the next 2 days getting jumped by monsters and whatnot. So, tell me some slack.
No, I do want to thank you. I do want to thank you for telling us about your tube pass.
I'm leaving a lot of details out. You don't need to know everything.
Oh, okay. We can save that for, I guess,
Also,
my
if you sell
impromptu
me out,
doctor.
I will kill you.
No, never. I actually quite like all of you.
But
Talk kind of mutters. I'd hate to see your
my eye
worst.
on you, Carter.
I know you do, and you're the person I'm afraid of killing me in my sleep way more than Scrump.
No, don't kill people while they're asleep. Face to face.
So it's a murder of passion. I can understand that.
It's honorable.
If I'm gonna kill you, you're gonna see it coming.
Of course.
Oh, that is a harrowing thing to imagine.
I love this group. I'm just so okay with it all.
TK, if you are concerned about people recognizing you, that does kind of play into our situation, as the cult also recognizes some of us.
That's me. I noticed that. Why do you think I got rid of Scrump?
Well, we are in Transmutia. Perhaps we should purchase disguises.
Is the hood not good enough? And like she points at the hood that is not doing a good job of hiding her face at all.
You may need to follow Glyph's lead on this one.
Seems like it get really hot.
You'd be wrong.
I have some skill with makeup and the like, so maybe we can do something there. So you can get different clothes, and then like we can maybe like clean up some of the scars. And
I'm worried about like breaking out. My skin's in kind of a weird situation right now.
I
Get you a veil.
that too. I either way, I can make some makeup, and with some of my skill set, it'll take some time, but I can take into account your skin type. I don't think I've ever worked with goblins before.
I mean, my skin's definitely weird for goblins too.
Okay. I can do makeup for anybody, actually. I don't know how I would do Kratok. That is a fresh challenge that I have not considered, but the rest of you, absolutely.
I'd love to see Kratok in drag.
So as you're all discussing this and thinking about how to disguise yourselves and passing by numerous thrift stores, as I'm taking myself to not play that classic song where you all dress up and come out of an area and everyone's like, not that one, that one. We are going to shift where we are a little bit as we're wrapping up today. Jason and Meg, you two will be playing two very tired board guards. You are guards at Port Divinarium, watching over the cells. A few people have been brought in lately, but one prisoner hasn't stopped complaining. This prisoner is known as Chip. They're wearing 5 shades of gray robes, and they are laying in this cell. It's a little dank. It's not great. It's where they put a lot of people who have violated rules of magic. Cleansers bring people in all the time. You're just regular guards that are here. And you see Chip is laying there, and Chip looks about the fourth darkest shade of gray on their 5 shades robe. Oh, my tummy.
Oh, would you stop it already?
Yeah, come on, dude. Like, complaining obviously isn't going to make it any better. You're just making yourself grayer. Just chill.
Maybe it's the bad food you keep giving me.
Maybe it's the law that you broke. If you didn't break it, you would have better food.
I didn't know I was smuggling out stuff. I must have been holding it for a friend.
A likely story.
This food isn't even that bad. It's better than what I eat on a daily basis.
That's concerning, and you should discuss your wages with your employer.
We don't have a union.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I really feel like you need to take these anti-magic gauntlets off of me. I think they're the thing that's making me sick.
Look, dude, I don't get paid enough to try and die on the job. It's not going to happen.
Please. I'm really feeling rough.
Not a chance.
And you watch as their skin enters the 5th stage of gray. And these gauntlets are glowing now. They're suppressing a lot of magic. And you could tell something's trying to press its way out. I'm going to hold up this because we're about to get into Chip's transformation, his magical girl transformation stage. So you watch as something tries to push out, and then tries to push out where his shoulder is, tries to push out his other shoulder, his back, even his face. You watch his face extend a bit. And finally, he just starts, I guess the best way to describe it is hulking out. He just keeps growing larger and larger and larger. His arms are getting massive. He's not really hitting leg day as well, but they're still getting a bit bigger. His back is hunching over a lot. His head is like falling back into his body, and now it looks like he has no neck, and his head hasn't grown that much larger. And he has these massive arms and massive hands. And he looks over at you two and says,
I don't feel well.
and you can see now this person known as Chip is grabbing onto the bars and just starting to bend them.
Derek, what do we do?
Who's not a code red? And he calls for the guard captain.
You call for the guard captain, and no one seems to be coming.
What the hell? I think we just run.
Yeah, because fuck this, we don't get paid enough.
So the
Yeet
two
out
of
of there.
ball.
the two of you go running. You quickly open up the door, and there's this massive troll that's standing there. And trolls are like regular people in this world, but this one looks different. It looks even larger than large Chip, and it's wearing this strange mask over its face. It has this armor that looks like it's very tight fitting on it. These gauntlets with these spiked knuckles. Looks down at you. Ah, so you're the ones who are holding this person captive. Tell me, do you feel in charge?
Neither of us are really in charge here. It's just doing a job.
We do as we're told.
I suggest you leave right now.
Well, we were trying to, but you're in the way.
My apologies. And the troll steps to the side. And this troll marches into this area as hulked out Chip breaks free from their cell. The troll looks over at Chip. I see. I was wondering what would break first, your spirit or your body. And Chip looks up.
Who are you?
I have many names, but people know me as Zeratul. Now tell me, Chip, I have one question for you. Have you seen this goblin woman? And that's where we'll leave it.
Yay.
That was good. I didn't see that coming in the slide. I had no
No.
idea that was going to happen. Oh, man, that's fun.
Yeah, did you all have fun today?
Yes.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
delightful.
Well, thank you all for joining us for this very magical episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep, where nothing bad happened to the party. They just had a day. You know, these kind of things can happen in adventuring lands. And we got to introduce some new characters, so I think I actually want to do kind of more of those things as we go on, because it's kind of fun. So, just, I guess, wrapping up here, we can go around the table, give our handles, and if you have any recommendations out there in the Twitter sphere, or any other shows or anything to watch. I have been your DM, Lucas. You can find me. I run the Ballad of the Seven Dice Twitter. We have another podcast that we are running. We're almost about to air our season 2 finale, so that's pretty exciting. We actually behind the scenes finished recording the campaign, and I've never done that before, playing this dice game for 15 years, so that was exciting.
Yay.
So, my recommendation for this week, I suggest that you all check out the Control Group. So the Control Group, spelled Katarl, like on your keyboard, they're a group that they play numerous other TTRPG systems, and they test those systems so that you don't have to. So you can go listen to all of them, and they have a number of different things that they play in. They have some Game of Thrones ones, they have Monster of the Week, they have Lasers and Feelings, and they're absolutely hilarious, great chemistry, and they can just whip up a character super fast. So highly recommend check out the Control Group. I'll pass it over to Ian.
Hey everybody, my name's Ian. Just played Weary. My Twitter handle is at Ian_Caliente, where I provide nothing of value to the internet at large besides sharing other cool things that people are doing. And my recommendation, just going off the top because of things I've been listening to, lots of podcasts lately. I'm going to go ahead and recommend Rude Tales of Magic. I don't specifically remember like their Twitter handle or anything, but if you look up Rude Tales of Magic and see a little drawing of a goblin with a fez or a little Shriner hat, I guess, and like the goblin's butt is like front and center, that you found it. You found that podcast with a little goblin butt. And it's really funny. I've enjoyed it. I've listened to a couple episodes so far.
They're very funny. Meg.
Hi, I am Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants, where I screech about bullshit education system while I'm working in it. As I did last week, I'm just gonna keep hyping that Amazon wishlist or my Ko-fi, coffee, however the frick you pronounce that. People just keep sending me things, and I appreciate all of it. I got a bunch of crayons and a really cool coloring book last week, so those always make me have a wonderful ending to my chaotic day because I teach small children. Some of them are taller than me, but they're still small. And so having stuff like that and being like, look what random people on the internet bought us, has been a hilarious conversation starter for my classes. So anything you have to donate, either financially or otherwise, I super appreciate. My classroom is starting to feel a lot more like a classroom after everything I've gotten. So thank you.
That's rad. Jess.
Yeah. I'm Jess, just played Glyph. I do not have a Twitter. I don't want a Twitter. I have an art Instagram, art_fantastical. We plugged them last week. I'm going to plug them again. The Critical Bits podcast and the Critical Bits crew. This past weekend was their like 3-4 day long Spider Day stream fest. It was a lot of fun. They were raising money for Covenant House, Georgia. It's a group that they help unhoused youths in Georgia and Atlanta, and they just do a lot of good work. And the Critical Bits crew raised like $2,000. And the weekend is over, but they're still selling t-shirts for Spider Day. So if you want a Spider Day shirt and you want to help a good cause, you can hop on over and get yourself a Spider Day shirt and help Covenant House, Georgia, and then listen to Critical Bits because it's really funny. And plug.
Eve.
I can personally second literally everything that everyone has said. Control group's real good. Root Tales is real good. Critical Bits is real good. Megan's class is real good. You can find me at Copper Harpy on Twitter. That is Copper as in the metal, Harpy as in the bird monster. And for my let's see, this weekend I was also in Spider Day 3 as Erica, and I was also in the Spider Day RPG on Sunday as a magical transformation girl who was retired and just tired, and she died, but that was the goal, so success. And for my podcast recommendation, I'm going to recommend Advanced Sagebrush and Shootouts.
Ooh.
Which is a buddy cop actual play where they're just the worst people. It's pretty much if you took Walker Texas Ranger and just amped it up to 11 and added like robots and clandestine criminal organizations. It's a blast.
And Jason.
Hey, I'm Jason_42 here and on Twitter. I don't do a whole lot of social media stuff, but I'll be spamming PogChamps and some PoE streamer channels here on Twitch. Yeah, I also play Draxir in the Ballad of the Chosen Few, Lucas's other campaign. Yeah, we just wrapped up recording that. It was a lot of fun. Great campaign. Highly recommend it. And happy 420 to you stoners out there, I guess. Today's the day. Have fun. And thanks for coming out.
Also,
Len?
happy Earth Day. Priorities.
Oh yeah, there's
It's
that
Earth Day
too.
today?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I'm just
not
saying,
green.
420 landed on Tuning Tuesday and Taco Tuesday. I feel like is another one of those omen signs that we have to really watch out for. But thank you all for coming on by the stream, and we hope to bring you some more weird cultist fun and check out the completely normal city, because I only do normal cities in this